Welcome back to Dollars and Cents with Freedman Financial on North Shore 1049. My name is Marc Freedman. I'm President and CEO of Freedman Financial, located in Peabody, Massachusetts, 41 Cross Street, right above Alto Forno, and right across the street from the North Shore Mall. If you enjoy listening to this radio show, and I enjoy listening to it. I actually listen to myself sometimes just to see where I screwed up, to tell you the truth, but I do listen to the show. You can download it if you missed the show. You can download it through our podcasts. Dollars and Cents is available on iTunes. But you can also just go to the North Shore 1049 website, go to weekend shows, click on podcasts, and you can listen to some of the other shows that we've done most recently. You can do that as well. But if you want to get more what we call financial advice in a language you can understand, one way to do that is to sign up for our free weekly newsletter. It comes out each and every Friday at 10:30, and it lands right in your inbox. More and more people are signing up for this newsletter. We're over 7,500 people that sign up for the newsletter. It's free. How do you get it? You go to my website, freedmanfinancial.com. That's Freedman, 2 E's and a D, financial.com. Go to the bottom of any page and you'll see a little section that says sign up for planning pointers. What you need to do is put in your name, your email address, and then there's a section for comments, which you don't have to put any comments in. Many people do. They make comments about what they think of the show. Sometimes they ask me a question that's just a burning question that's on their mind. Some people want to set up a free initial consultation in the office. Some people say, hey, could you spend a few minutes on the phone with me and answer a couple questions? I will do all of that. You got to understand, for whatever reason, people seem to think that just because you're on the radio, you get this celebrity kind of status to you. I'm just another guy that grew up here on the North Shore, went to Peabody High School, have a business here in Peabody. I was president of the Chamber of Commerce. I live on the I live in the Merrimack Valley now. I grew up in the North Shore, live in the Merrimack Valley with my 5 kids and my wife in North Andover. If you have a question for me, if you're just like, you know, hey, I like listening to the show, I don't know who to ask this question to, I want you to use that space at the bottom of my website where you can sign up for my newsletter, Planning Pointers, and that's at freedmanfinancial.com, Freedman, 2 E's and a D, financial.com. Go to the bottom of that page, put anything you want in that comment box, and I promise you, I will respond. I might even respond today. I do that. I look at my emails probably far more than I should, but feel free to drop me an email. If you want to call the office, Jody will answer the phone during regular business hours. Our office number is 978-531-8108. That's 978-531-8108. If you call during business hours, Jody will answer the phone. If I'm available, she'll push you through to me. We'll talk. Not going to cost anything for us to chat for a few minutes. I want to help you. I want to help you make smart financial decisions. Yes, there are many people who have listened to this show and have become longtime clients of this firm, of our firm. But it started with them listening. It started with them asking some questions. It started about them wondering, can I be doing something better with my overall financial situation? You'll notice so far in this show today, and frankly on most shows, you're not going to see me talking about which investments you should own. Because investments are only what I call one slice in the pie that is financial planning. You need to know everything else. Beneficiary designations, registrations of accounts, the dangers and pitfalls of what happens when you set up an account for your child and then they age out of the account and all of a sudden they own it. Those are all issues to present to that you're presented with. As you approach retirement, you're forced with making decisions on, do I want to take Social Security? When should I take Social Security? Do I want the pension option from work or should I take a rollover? I have IRAs scattered all over the place. What should I do? Or, oh my goodness, I'm approaching 70 and a half and I was told I have to take a minimum distribution from my IRA. What does that mean? And how do I take it? We deal with those questions every single day. 65% of our clients at Freedman Financial are in retirement, meaning that they are taking some money from their investment accounts to support their lifestyle. Perhaps they're collecting Social Security or a pension, but they need more than that. They need to take money from their IRAs or their investment accounts or their bank accounts or wherever else it might be. Maybe they're even working part-time. But they want to figure out, how do I go about taking money in the smartest, most tax-efficient manner? And that's what we're going to help you with. We're going to help you make those decisions, along with everything else. Yeah, we'll help you build your investment portfolio. Yes, we'll determine whether insurance is appropriate for you. Yes, we'll take a look at your estate planning documents and your tax returns. But the thing that we look at for everybody and all the time is beneficiary designations, because that is a danger that I find for so many folks. I found so many folks that have an IRA where they've named their estate as the beneficiary when in fact they're married or they have children. Folks, when you name your estate as beneficiary, you are guaranteeing yourself probate. When you name a trust as beneficiary, you're establishing all sorts of challenges that you may or may not want to have happen upon your death. Maybe it's the right thing to do. Trust me, there are plenty of reasons why you should have a trust if it's appropriate for your situation. But I see all too often people establishing trusts for the wrong reasons. And oftentimes attorneys will write them up simply because you asked for one, not because it was the right thing to do. Remember, an attorney's job is to put your interests first. And if you say, I want to set up a trust to avoid probate, the attorney's going to do it. And that's going to come at a cost. And there may be ongoing costs and tax returns to file down the road or even after death. But there may be other ways to do it. Part of my job as a financial planner is to expose you to all of the options that are out there and help you decide, based upon us collectively understanding where everything is and what everything is worth, what the right strategy should be. Everybody's going to have an opinion, for sure. Every financial professional, every attorney, every accountant, everyone's going to have an opinion. It's up to you to determine what is the best strategy for you and to answer the question, did this professional, attorney, accountant, financial professional, CFP, whatever it is, did they consider everything about my financial life? And did they place my interests first? When we last left, I wanted to talk to you about contingent beneficiaries. Contingent beneficiaries are the beneficiaries on an IRA, on an insurance policy, on an annuity, on an account that you might have where you say, if my first beneficiary predeceases me, I want the money to go to this group of folks. Oftentimes, for instance, in my case, I have 5 children. So my beneficiary designation says if I die, my IRA goes to Laura. If Laura predeceases me, my IRA goes evenly to my 5 children. So here's something to think about. So let's say we had, let's just use 3 children because it's easier. Let's say you had 3 children and your spouse is no longer in the picture and you were going to leave your money to your 3 children evenly. But unfortunately, one of your children predeceases you. But that child has children, your grandchildren. So let's say you have now 2 sons and a 3rd son who's no longer here anymore, but that son gave you 2 granddaughters. When you die, how would you want that money allocated? Would you want it to go to your 2 sons and the granddaughters? Would you want it to go, would you want to split it 4 ways? Do you want to split it just to the sons and the grandkids get nothing? What would you like? Or would you like it split 3 ways? One for each, one share to each of the sons, and the son that wasn't there, that money gets allocated to the grandchildren. Well, did you know that there are designations that you need to make on your beneficiary form that directs that? And there's 2 very important terms that I'm going to share with you, and we've done this on the radio before. One is what's called per stirpus, and one is called pro rata. Pro rata means that, let's say you named your 3 sons as beneficiary. One of the sons dies, but the son has children. If the designation on your beneficiary even says these 3 kids, but it says pro rata, what ends up happening is your 2 remaining sons split the money. The grandkids get nothing. Did you get that? You have 3 sons. 1 son is dead, but he has 2 children. If you die and the beneficiary designation says pro rata, the 2 surviving sons split all the money. The grandkids get nothing. And you may say, well, that's not what I wanted. I get it. But what does the document say? If you want it to go son, son, grandchildren, your designation must be what's called per stirpus. S-T-I-R-P-E-S. Per stirpus. Here's what's interesting. If you don't designate per stirpus, the default is pro rata on many, many beneficiary forms. So if you haven't looked in a long time, I would encourage you to pick up the phone and call your financial professional. Call your HR department. Call the bank that holds your IRA. Call your insurance agent or financial professional who holds your annuity. Call the financial professional that does your 401k or your IRA and ask, are my beneficiary designations pro rata or per stirpus? That's a real important one. Because you know what? If for whatever reason you did it wrong, and the two boys got the money, and the grandkids got nothing, there's nothing you can do about it. You know why? You're dead. Remember, they can't dig you up from the grave and ask you questions. And you know who's going to be the raving lunatic? The spouse of your son who died, expecting not money for her, but an allocation to the grandkids. And oftentimes there could be nothing that can be done about it. You want to be sure you do this right. You see, working with a financial advisor, working with a financial professional, goes far beyond understanding and building a portfolio that has stocks, bonds, cash, mutual funds, exchange-traded funds, whatever it is that you put in the portfolio. It starts with understanding where you are today, what strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats exist, and what you can do to maximize all of the elements of your financial life so that you're well positioned today and whenever. And you can do whenever, ... Whenever you die, whenever you're disabled, whenever you lose your job, whenever. A financial planner does that. A broker doesn't. An investment consultant doesn't. They're not obligated to do that. But a financial planner, certainly one who has a CFP designation after their name, they are obligated to do it. They are obligated to be a fiduciary, which means I must place your interests first. And I've always told you, if you want someone to truly place your interests first, you know what they need to do? They need to know where everything is and what everything is worth, how it's all positioned, how it's all owned, who the beneficiaries are, what the amount of money is that you spend, and the amount of money that comes into your house. For without all of that information, your financial planner will fail you, and it won't be their fault. It'll be yours. You need to make sure that the financial advisor is placing your interests first. You need to make sure you share it all, because if you're not willing to do that, you're doing harm to yourself, and your financial advisor is doing you a disservice. If now's the time for you to get serious about your financial planning, if you want to get a retirement plan that's aligned for you so that you understand where you are today, where you're going, and what it's all going to look like, give our office a call, 978-531-8108. That's 978-531-8108. Or check us out on the web, freedmanfinancial.com. That's Freedman, 2 E's and a D, financial.com. I've got to get out of here. It's been my pleasure to share financial advice in a language you can understand. You've been listening to Dollars and Cents with Freedman Financial on North Shore 1049.